This is my Game Week 16 team selection video. I will talk about my transfer plans and updated watch lists, which players we should avoid as well. And at the end of this video, as always, I will take a look at the captain selection. But this is my team ahead of Game Week 16. I like the fixture for Sanchez. He picked up 10 points in Game Week 15, which was great. I have Timber, Van de Ven, Munoz, so not really satisfied with my defense. I have Rodon on the bench and Van Hecke as well. Rodon playing against my forward Thiago, so I will probably just bench Rodon. Anderson as well playing against Spurs. I might actually play him, but I have Van de Ven in defense, so this is the reason why Elliot Anderson is on my bench at the moment. So in midfield, Foden, Bruno Fernandes, Paqueta and Njai, and up front Erling Haaland, Mateta, and as mentioned Igor Thiago. I've actually made one transfer already ahead of Game Week 16. I sold Mbumo to bring in Phil Foden. I thought I'm not usually a fan of making early transfers, but because all of us have 5 free transfers, I thought that it was worth a punt going early with the transfer, at least one of them ahead of Game Week 16. But let's take a look at the updated watch list. So I've said this before, if you still don't own Erling Haaland, I think it's a good time to bring him in. Solid fixtures. I don't really like the fixture in Game Week 16. I'll talk more about this in the captain section later on, but playing away against Crystal Palace, that's not the best fixture for Man City, but they play at home against West Ham in Game Week 17, and then they have Nottingham Forest away. Igor Thiago, he is in my team at the moment. Good fixtures for Brentford as well, and Igor Thiago, he is actually one of the forwards with the best attacking stats. If you already own those two, and if you want to take a punt, I actually like Raul Jimenez at the moment, only selected by 1% of the managers. Solid stats, good fixtures for Fulham, so he might actually be worth a punt, especially given that we have 5 free transfers at the moment. So if it goes bad, we can correct it with one of our transfers. So Haaland, Thiago, Jimenez, good options going forward. In midfield, as mentioned, I have actually transferred in Phil Foden. He's one of the most transferred in players ahead of Game Week 16, so he's not in my watch list because I already have him in my team at the moment. But I really like Gordon as well. Started the last fixtures for Newcastle on penalties, only selected by 2% of the managers, so he is a big differential as well. And Newcastle, they have some good fixtures coming up. Playing away against Sunderland, maybe not the best. Then they have Chelsea and Man United, so it's not the best fixtures for Newcastle, but I think they can score goals in all of those games. Bruno Fernandes, he's one of those players that we know will start most game weeks and play close to 90 minutes. Can pick up defensive contribution points, and he is on most set pieces, including penalties for Man United. Rice as well, he's actually one of the best performing midfielders so far this FPL season, so only priced at 7.1. I actually think that Rice is even better than Saka in the next couple of fixtures. So Wolves at home, Everton away, and then they have Brighton at home, so solid fixtures for Arsenal. So in defense, I actually talked about Guardiola a couple of game weeks ago, and he has scored in every game week since. So Guardiola is on my watch list, priced at 5.8, only selected by 6% of the managers, so he is actually a differential. I have Collins in. I will talk about why Collins is actually not the best option. I will show you in a minute another player that potentially can be even better. And I have Joachim Andersen, only priced at 4.5, really good fixtures, and he can pick up defensive contribution points. So as mentioned, Collins, he is probably not the best transfer target ahead of Game Week 16. He's actually on 4 yellow cards, so I will show you players to avoid. So there are a lot of players with 4 yellow cards, and when they get their 5th yellow card, they will get a 1-match suspension. There are some players that will travel and compete in the AFCON Tournament as well, so you have to avoid transferring in those players. So let's have a look at the list. So this is the list of the players that will travel and compete in the AFCON tournaments. I have talked about this list a couple of times before, but now it's really time to sell those players. I've already sold Mbumo. I think he potentially can play Game Week 16, but he will be gone after this. So Mbumo is out. I will most probably sell Njai as well, and I will have a look at my potential transfer targets after this. But on the list, we actually have 9 players from Sunderland. Not that many of them have played and started that many games for Sunderland, but having 9 players, that leaves, it will most probably affect their squad. So I will actually try to target Sunderland. I know that they have actually been fairly good defensively, but I think that they can potentially struggle in the next couple of game weeks. Wolves as well, they have some players that will travel, and of course Man United, they will lose Mbumo and Ahmad, so this will be a big blow for Man United. Other players to potentially avoid ahead of Game Week 16, so those players, they are on 4 yellow cards. If they pick up one more, they will get a 1 match suspension. So if they get 1 yellow card before Game Week 19, they will get a ban for 1 match. So Donnarumma, he is actually one of the best goalkeepers at the moment, but given the fact that he is on 4 yellow cards, I would probably avoid him. Collins as well, I talked about him on the watch list, a really good option actually. So if he gets this in Game Week 16, I think that he potentially can be a good transfer ahead of Game Week 17. But at the moment, as he's on 4 yellow cards, I think that he is an avoid. Munoz as well, of course, I wouldn't necessarily sell him because he has 4 yellow cards, but I would actually wait on transferring him in as well. Given the price, I think that it's a bit too much transferring in Munoz with one of your 5 free transfers ahead of Game Week 16. Williams as well, and we have Granit Xhaka, Bernardo Silva, Szoboszlai, all of them all on 4 yellow cards, so I would think twice before transferring them in. So if you have one of those players, it's probably okay, but if you have a weak bench and a couple of those players, you might struggle to field a team in Game Week 16. So as mentioned, I will probably sell NGI. I don't really like the fixture playing away against Chelsea. I have Sanchez in goal as well, so it makes sense for me to sell NGI ahead of the deadline. So NGI to Gordon is one transfer I'm really considering. I have the funds available to upgrade NGI to Gordon. I talked about him. He is the first choice penalty taker for Newcastle. He will probably start most games going forward, and only selected by 2% of the managers, so he is a differential. Another option for me, as I have an available Arsenal spot, is to sell NGI and bring in Rice. I really like the fixtures for Arsenal. Rice, he is nailed on to start, and I think that given that he can pick up defensive contribution points, he is on some set pieces, free kicks, corners for Arsenal. I really think that Rice is a good option at the moment. His ownership has gone up to 22%, so not a differential, but still a solid option. Bruno Fernandes, he might be my captain. I think it's a decent fixture for Man United, but can we really trust them? I'm not sure, but Bruno Fernandes, we know that he most probably will start and play close to 90 minutes. When we take a look at the defensive stats for Bournemouth, they have kept 1 clean sheet, conceded 6 goals. They actually have only conceded 4 big chances against them in the last 4 game weeks, and this is the best numbers in the league. They have 15 shots on target and they have an expected goal of 4.29. So the defensive stats have been better for Bournemouth recently, and this is one of the reasons why I'm not really sure if Bruno Fernandes will be my Game Week 16 captain. Erling Haaland always in consideration, but when we take a closer look at the Crystal Palace defensive stats, they are actually really impressive. They have kept 3 clean sheets, only conceded 2 goals, 7 big chances conceded, and 13 shots on target. They also have an expected goal of 4.33, so really impressive stuff from Crystal Palace. Of course, Erling Haaland, he can score against anyone, but blanked in Game Week 15 as well, blanked in Game Week 12, 13. So I'm not really sure if I will captain Erling Haaland in Game Week 16. So what I'm actually leaning towards at the moment is to give the captain's armband to Igor Thiago. He's on fire, really good attacking stats. Did not deliver in Game Week 15, but he was a bit unlucky. He had the chances, so good expected goal numbers from Game Week 15, but their opponent as well, considering they play against Leeds in Game Week 16, I'm really tempted by Igor Thiago. So 0 clean sheets for Leeds, conceded 9 goals, 12 big chances against them, and 21 shots on target. They have an expected goal of 7.55 as well. So as you can see, Leeds, they are actually one of the worst defensive teams recently. So at the moment, I'm leaning towards taking a captain punt and captaining Igor Thiago. Please let me know in the comments down below who will be your Game Week 16 captain. And thanks for watching. Please consider giving this video a like and subscribe to the channel for more FPL content.